Hey, from Sacred Embodiment Sanctuary. Today is First Friday, and we are getting ready for a fun weekend doing Merry Melodies tonight from 4 to 8, and tomorrow before and during the parade. Both tonight and tomorrow, we'll be offering a nourishing sound healing session at 7:30. So make sure you can head over here a few minutes early to get settled in. We are excited. I'm excited to start a new series. My first just fun little thing to kind of, I don't know, just expand our horizons a little bit and explore Christmas around the world. The series is actually called Christmas Around the World. So this is just kind of an introduction, and then we'll go into our first, I guess, lesson. So yeah, this is inspired by homeschool curriculum that we've used, and I've learned so many things about just the way people celebrate in different countries, and some pretty interesting facts. Some might even be a little disturbing, so but I'm excited to share some with you. We're going to explore, if we can get through it, 12 different countries and some recipes from these countries. Some of the recipes I'll just share with you, but we are going to try and make some and have them down here at the sanctuary to share during the holidays. I'm really excited about the first one, actually. So yeah, and then at the end of each little lesson, we actually have these wonderful little letters that were written. They're supposed to symbolize a letter written by a child from each country telling us how they celebrate. And so that'll just be really neat, and my daughter's going to join me for that. So yeah, let's get started. I'm going to turn the camera around and I can. Maybe I can't. I'll have to do it this way. And I'm going to read some of this lesson, and I would love to hear anything else that you would love to share about these countries. Maybe you visited there, maybe you have your own experience, or maybe you've lived there before, because I love learning about culture and traditions and exploring. Because I guess for me, I don't like the way that we, like the traditions are in our country, are very commercialized, and we've kind of lost a lot of the true meaning, which goes even beyond just what religion celebrates. It goes a little deeper than that. So all right, so let's start with Iceland. We're gonna go to Iceland first. Iceland. All right, so this might get a little long because I am going to read through it. So if you're interested, follow along. If not, you can fast forward it. You can do whatever you want to do with it. So here is the page that we're going to read from. A couple of pictures. There's the Northern Lights, because we're talking about Iceland, and cute little cat. And then these are the leaf breads that we're going to talk about and we're going to make later on. Pardon, my video taking skills are elementary at best. So, all right, you'll just have to look at my face for now. So Iceland is 368,000 people, and they speak Icelandic. And the way you say Merry Christmas in Iceland, let me see if I can pronounce this. Gleðileg jól. Gleðileg jól. Somebody help me here. All right, so the first stop on our world tour takes us to the rocky shores of Iceland, a country a little bit smaller than the size of the state of New York. While it might be similar in distance from border to border, it is far less densely populated, landing at only about 356,000 residents compared to New York's whopping 20 million. In Iceland, this means far more rolling hills than concrete jungles. Say hi. I'd have her reading, but she's still learning. More glaciers than paved roads and more volcanoes than towering skyscrapers. Although its name may provoke pictures of land covered in ice, it turns out that it is actually warmer, though quite unpredictable, than you might suppose. Iceland is located on a geothermal hotspot. It is one of the best places on Earth for natural hot springs or a front row seat to an active volcano. As a northern country, Iceland is renowned for its northern lights, a spectacular show visible between October and April that looks like Christmas lights in the sky. Settled long ago by Vikings, the people of Iceland speak Icelandic, an Indo and European language that is closely related to the languages of its ancestors, such as Norwegian, Swedish, Irish. This country celebrates the holiday season. So that's just a little bit about Iceland. So let's go, and looking back, it says, while the Christian church has always celebrated the birth of Jesus, December 25th was not always a religious holiday. In fact, the roots of Christmas go way back to a week-long pagan festival to mark winter solstice, the longest night of the year. It was originally started in ancient Rome as a celebration in honor of their god of agriculture, though it was adopted by many different people who came after them. The passing of the longest night of the year meant that the days would begin to get longer and warmer, bringing hope and an excellent excuse for a party. Did you know? During the month of December, Iceland only gets a few hours of sunlight each day, from about 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., which gives Icelanders a good reason to count the days towards summer solstice, the longest day of the year instead. Okay. All right, so preparations for Christmas began in early November. Pause that. Zeke, don't be distracting, please. When book catalogs are sent out to every house for, here's another word I get to try to butcher, Jólabókaflóð, the Christmas book flood tradition. On Christmas Eve, family and friends swap books with one another, sometimes with new books and other times by trading books that they already own. The tradition began around the time of World War II, when money was tight and many things were hard to come by due to rationing and shortages. Literacy was and still is a very important focus in Icelandic culture, and many Icelanders have published their very own book. The book flood tradition has put a strong focus on reading and helped Iceland become a large producer of books, something they're still known for to this day. All right, so as Iceland approaches the darkest month of the year, decorations began to appear to light up the streets with hope and a bit of cheer. Homeowners adorn the outside of their houses with Christmas lights, just like you might see on a house in North America. Outdoor Christmas trees, ornaments, and strings of lights line the streets, or embellished crosses to commemorate the lost friends of family. Graveyards and cemeteries are decorated with bright lights and lit up with candles to commemorate the lost friends and family. By around mid-December, Iceland's holiday traditions are in full swing. All right, so we're just going to go over the traditions and, of course, the big day, and then we can wrap it up. All right, so there's a little bit of a disclaimer. It says, if you have young or sensitive children, consider pre-reading or skipping this paragraph. So if you're letting your child watch this, perhaps listen first. I don't have any issue with letting my daughter listen, but use your own judgment. So the 13 Yule lads, who today look a bit like 13 Santas, are actually meant to be less than jolly trolls in Icelandic stories. The tale goes that they are the children of Grýla and Lepaluli. These trolls are known to be mischievous tricksters, each one with a distinct personality. Icelandic children leave their best shoe on their windowsill for the 13 days before Christmas, where the Yule lads will put candy or a small present if they have been good, or a potato if they have misbehaved. If you are especially disobedient, you'll have to watch out for the troll's mother, who makes soup out of naughty children. Perhaps even more frightening is the Christmas cat, who, instead of bringing cheer, eats anyone who isn't wearing at least one piece of new clothing. These stories are myths or folk tales and are not true. They are likely told in order to help children behave around the holidays. The pot licker might motivate children to wash the dishes. The window peeper who would steal things that he saw through the window might convince little ones to make sure the house stays clean. Might have to hire some of these guys. The Christmas cat might nudge little boys and girls to dress up for dinner when they don't feel like it. So you can see why that might be a little scary to some. We've had this conversation prior. So while the story itself is a bit grim, it is a part of the culture and history that led to the tradition of the shoes on the windowsill, as well as the practice of buying at least one new piece of clothing that you wear on Christmas Day, something that is done by nearly everyone in Iceland. These are not the only things that make Christmas in Iceland special. The book flood, lighting Advent candles, telling the Christmas story, writing cards to family members and friends, baking traditional recipes, and even celebrating small Christmas on the last day of school all give this country many different ways to find joy in the midst of its darkest season. So on the big day, this is what they do. They exchange gifts on Christmas Eve, which they call Alþingadaru. I think I said that right. Christian families light their last Advent candle and often attend church or mass. Once the church bells ring, the evening meal and festivities begin, opening presents, exchanging books from the book flood, and reading by the fire, sipping hot cocoa, games, and a whole lot of fun. So with that said, it sounds like a very fun way to celebrate. Some families make a special rice porridge dessert with whipped cream and place a hidden almond in one person's bowl. The person who finds the almond is given a gift that was bought for the game. Christmas Day is traditionally for sleeping in and spending time with loved ones, along with eating, of course. And in Iceland, Christmas lunch or dinner is real fast. So one of the most famous Christmas treats you will find on every Icelander's holiday spread is a special type of thin fried bread called levabrad. We'll just call it leaf bread. The dough is rolled out into thin circular pieces. Small rolling irons or small knives are used to cut the designs. So I'm going to turn the phone around so you can see again the leaf bread. So they just cut the designs. It's like a pastry dough. Cut the designs and then they fry it in oil. Sprinkle a little salt, sugar and cinnamon on there, and it's a special treat. So yeah. So we're gonna make that recipe. I made it, I don't know, probably like 3 years ago. It was super fun and the kids loved it. They were delicious and they lasted a long time. So yeah, look for that. If you want to try the recipe, let me know. I can share that. I probably will anyways, but I'm going to stop this video and make another one. to share the letter that Zamira is going to go get right now. And if you would like to join, go ahead and find that video and tune in. Hopefully tomorrow we will go visit the next country. The next country we're going to visit is going to be New Zealand. So if you would like to share anything from today's lesson from Iceland, if you've been there, if you've ever experienced any of that and want to share anything, definitely comment or just share your thoughts, and I'm looking forward to the next lesson. Enjoy.